I've been creating content for 7 years, and still, this is uncomfortable. Still, sometimes filming short videos, that's uncomfortable. But you sit in the moment, you push yourself through it, you step away from the perfectionism trap, which for most of my life, that's what I struggled with because I was trying to present in a certain way. Like I had to be the good student. I had to be the good daughter. I had to be the good wife. I had to be like, you had to be this thing to be accepted. That was the goal. And I don't think I was conscious of that until I started to be on camera, till I started to learn how to use my voice on camera. Listening to your voice is hard for many people. Seeing themselves on camera is so hard for many people. It was hard for me. Sometimes it still is. And then the judgment. And it's not judgment from strangers that really bother you as much. It's the people close to you, the friends, the family that say to you, who do you think you are? Like, why would anyone listen to you? Like, what do you even have to talk about? And there's just so much projection that happens. Because here's the thing. I don't care. You just have to exist to be able to use your voice. I don't care what anyone says. Like, doesn't mean that people are going to listen, but like you can use it. And if you keep using it, people will listen because it's just, again, it's a skill that you have to develop, but it's a combination of what do you want to say? And then asking yourself, why do I want to say this? Like, for what reason do I want to use my voice? Sometimes it could just be you want to learn how to use your voice so that you're not fearful of using it. You know, maybe it's not, you're not seeking validation, but maybe the intention is just learning how to communicate, right? Like that can be a goal right there. Like, who cares what happens with the content? It's an exercise, it's a tool for you to learn how to use your voice and communicate. It's for you to learn how to handle judgment. For you to say, this is something I want to do, regardless of the outcome from other people that I can't control. This is something I'm doing so that I can learn how to use my voice, how to be a better communicator. That can be an intention right there. It doesn't have to go anywhere. The content doesn't have to make you money, doesn't have to get you followers. It could just simply be for you to be a better communicator. And you can own that. And if somebody says, nobody even watches your videos, why do you even bother? I bother because I'm learning how to better communicate. I'm learning how to face my fears. Okay, so that's one thing. And that is something that, regardless of where you're at in the journey, it's going to help you become a better communicator. Now, the other side of it can be, I want to learn how to better communicate and I want to get this message out because I want to help people that are going through something that I went through. And eventually that became a big thing for me. But initially I was just creating to create. I didn't have a main objective. I think probably I was creating just to be a better communicator. And like I said, learn the judgment. I don't know that I was aware of it then, but I think that was probably the goal at that time. Because I remember I would Google things like fear of judgment. I remember I did Google that. Like, why do I feel fearful of this? And I wanted to overcome that feeling. And that's all I knew. And so then I just started making videos and I was having fun with it. TikTok was great in the beginning because you could use someone else's voice. So I did a lot of those lip syncing like style videos and I loved that. And I think it's because there was this layer of protection because it's like, it wasn't my voice, it was someone, and I was just having fun. And so there's a difference between you having fun and entertaining and then you saying what you feel, thoughts, your beliefs. That requires more courage than just having a little bit of fun, right? And you're hiding behind other voices. But that's how I got started. And then that led me to getting more real estate clients because I was a realtor at the time. And the interesting thing is I wasn't even posting about real estate. Like I would talk about how I was a realtor, like here and there, and it was in my bio. But the actual content was me having fun with my kids and making these silly like videos of TikTok lip syncing. In fact, I'm trying to remember. I think one of my most popular videos was a voiceover from the movie Knocked Up, where they're talking about how she needs to lose weight. And I just did the voiceover, and I'll have to find the video and share it here. But that was one of my most popular videos. And then another one that I did with my daughter. And that was actually my voice, and people used that voice over themselves. So anyway, point being, I had fun. And because I was having fun, I was able to create a lot of videos and enjoy the process, even though, like I said, I wasn't using my voice the whole time. But then it brought me all these clients through that, because I think people just really associated me with real estate, and they liked my personality because I would ask them, why me? And they would say, you seemed like I could ask you questions and you wouldn't judge me or make me feel stupid. So that was great. And I thought, interesting. Okay, we really overcomplicate this. And from there, that led me to working for Ryan Pineda. And I got into high ticket sales then. And I was posting about that company at the time, because I thought, okay, I know how this works now. I've had a taste of it. If I just kind of share a little bit about what I'm doing, along with just my interests and my personality, then I'll get leads for that, from that. And so that's what I was doing with Pineda Media. And I just had so much fun. Like, I feel like that's really the thing you have to do if you want to be consistent. You have to have fun, and you have to put things out that you truly care about. Because if you're just marketing, if you're just, okay, this is my product or service, I need to talk about it, and I need to talk about it in the right way so I can sell it, that really becomes performative. And as human beings, we aren't performers, and that can feel exhausting when you're performing. So learning how on camera and it be an extension of who you are in real life, that's the hard part for most people. And that's the work that I do with my clients is, hold on, what you're showing on here, this is a different personality than who I'm experiencing on the Zoom call. Like, if this isn't going to work, because the essence of who you are isn't showing up here. This is just all expertise. This is you talking about the thing that you do. But there's nothing more. There's no depth. I don't know anything about your personality. I don't know what you care about. I had this one amazing client, and he was very successful. He is very successful. All of his content when we first met was about him being an entrepreneur, and it was like the success and the vibe, like the luxurious vibe. But if you were talking to him in person, he was funny, he was sarcastic, he was a family man, always laughing, and just this Italian, like, fun prankster. Yeah, like dad, uncle. That's his vibe, right? Husband. He wasn't showing any of that in the content. And I'm like, this is what we have to show. Like, what are you doing? Sure enough, when he started sharing the things he genuinely cared about, and yes, he's an entrepreneur. Yes, he has a business, all these things. That's still a part of it. It doesn't go away, but that's not all of it. You don't lead with that. Just like I learned, I don't lead with real estate. People aren't buying houses every day, right? So if all you do is talk about houses, then you're not going to be very fun to watch. Now, if you talk about things you care about and people feel connected to you, and they know you happen to also do real estate, and they have that association is there, well, then when they're ready to buy a house, or they know someone that's going to buy a house, then they contact you. Now, if you're thinking, well, why would they contact you? You're not going to look very credible and professional if you are just goofing off and having fun. Well, I hate to break it to you, but they do. That is how we work. And I had that thought at one point in time too, but I promise you it converts because I lived it. And I have tons of clients that have done the same. But my client I was telling you about, he started leaning into that. Millions and millions of views he got on videos that you might watch them and think, these are stupid. Why would anyone watch this? No, they're not stupid. They connect because they're real. People connect to truth. And that's why if you are only marketing and not showing your personality, not communicating the things you care about, it'll go somewhere, but it'll only go so far. And you will get burnt out. So for learning this skill of talking on camera, for that to change your life, you have to lean in to showing all the parts of yourself that maybe you think make you less credible, less professional, but it's you. If what you're portraying online and in your talking videos isn't the way your friends and family would describe you, then you're not fully showing up. You're not fully letting yourself be seen. And that's the unlock. That's what unlocks everything for you, is when you can be comfortable saying the things that you really care about, even if people aren't going to always agree with you, because they won't. But that's okay. Because that's how it is in real life. So why wouldn't you do that online? Like, why are you changing how you're going to show up just because there's a camera on you? That is the thing that everyone's trying to figure out right now. Like, how do I stand out? You stand out by just being yourself. But isn't that like a little disturbing that so many people don't know how to be themselves? Like, so many people are so used to conforming and wearing the hat they need to wear that they forget how to use their own voice. And so this is the most powerful exercise to understand who you are. I mean, there's just nothing else like it. And for everyone that's like, oh, well, that's going to affect you and your mental health because, you're focusing on the wrong things and you're seeking validation and this and that. Sure, if you're doing it the wrong way, but if you're watching this video, you're interested in actually changing people's lives and your own, and you have good intentions. You're not just trying to seek likes and views, and you're not going to spiral out of control if you don't get a view or a follower. No. If you're in that type of unstable condition, then yeah, don't make videos. But most people that are watching this, they have something to say and they just can't quite figure out how to say it because they're getting stuck in that perfectionism, analysis, paralysis mode because you're trying to do things the right way because that's how you've lived most of your life. You've tried to fit in, tried to please others, and a lot of times you abandon yourself and what you really think. And that's what stepping into this world, this online world, and personal branding and speaking on camera, that's what can change for you, is really learning who you are, what you stand for, what you're called to put out, what you're called to contribute into the world. And it'll bring you so many opportunities. I've spoken on stages. I have a business, consulting business now because of this. And I wasn't qualified in my mind. I was just making videos. I was just sharing things. Like, I never could have imagined things could come of that, where I'm thinking, who's going to listen to me? Why would this even convert to you buying a house for me? I don't know, right? Well, I know now. It's because we connect to people that we feel have the same beliefs, values, standards. That's what we connect with. That's who we do business with. So forget doing it the right way. Forget if you're qualified. Learn how to communicate and how to build relationships just the way you do in real life. Just learn how to do it in a digital format. So I challenge you for the next 30 days, post or don't post, create videos. I would do it on Loom, create them in Loom. So you have this, you have them saved and you have the transcripts. Then take those transcripts after 30 days and see what the patterns are of the things you talk about. So look at it like this, like a video diary just for you. It's not going to get posted, but so you can develop the skill of speaking on camera, looking into the lens, imagining a human, not just an audience, but real people that you want to help. And that real person could even be yourself. You could like make these videos. Hey, I'm speaking to the younger version of me, even if it was the yesterday version. Here's what I learned. Here's what I want to do different tomorrow, whatever. You're just building the skill of talking and then see what the patterns are of the things that you've been, documenting, journaling in this video format. It will allow you to see things about yourself, the things you care about, and how you're communicating. And it will help you to develop that skill of communication. So I challenge you to do that. If you're down for that challenge, let me know in the comments. And I would love to see at the end of those 30 days what you identify and how you feel after you do that. Because truly, if you can start creating consistently and just showing up and communicating online, it will open so many doors for you and it will change your life because it's going to make you a better communicator in all aspects of your life. So, all right, well, here we go. This was a YouTube video. I don't even know how long this one is right now, but we're going to go with it because I promised my coach that I'd get this done and not be in analysis paralysis mode, which is what I'm talking to all of you about right now. Because look, we all experience it. Even me still to this day, like I said, I haven't unlocked YouTube. I have short form down. I know my process with that. I know how I communicate with that, but not long form. So getting this done, perfect, not perfect, whatever, however this comes out. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next video.